All right, my man, state your name and let them know you on Real Talk with Nick.
JSB, Mad Hatter, out of BX and Harlem, two boroughs. I call myself super fan. I'm a super Nick fan.
All right, man. We got the Super Nick fan on Real Talk with Nick.
Best dressed Nick fan.
Best dressed Nick, y'all.
Not number one fan, best dressed Nick fan.
All right, it's all good, man. Check this out. When you're a New York Knicks fan, we all number one fans, man, because we represent the best team in the NBA.
That's the thing. That's why I say not number one, because everybody claimed that.
New York Knicks now is playing their second game in the first round of the playoffs against the Philadelphia 76ers, man.
Yes, sir.
How you feel about this matchup with the 76ers? Are you happy that it's not Miami? Talk to me.
See, the whole thing is my philosophy might be a little different than others. I don't care what team it is. It's not about who we playing. It's about what the other team think. The strategy is not what the Knicks is. Okay, exactly what I'm saying. With the Knicks, they say, the Knicks is going to the playoffs. At the beginning of the season, we thought Knicks, Julius Randle, right? That's how the coaches on other teams are going to defend us. If we went to the playoffs with Julius Randle, that's the defended playbook. The Knicks shut down Julius Randle, we shut down the Knicks. As a Knicks fan, we all know that. That playbook, that defensive playbook is out the window. We got a point guard that controls this.
Now, when we speak of that of the point guard, of that of
Jalen Brunson.
How effective is his game in your eyes as a Knickerbocker, man?
Effective?
Yes.
He turned the whole
That's what I want to hear. Talk to me.
Explain it to you.
Talk to me.
He changed the game to where they don't have a defensive book on a point guard. Think about it. I am 51 years old. That's the last time the Knicks won a championship. I never seen that. But I have grew up and I've seen footage and I have seen games where certain people have never seen games to where I can say the best point guard of controlling that could have took us there since then was Stephon Marley. And this guy is Stephon Marley point guard.
Woo.
I need you to understand what I'm trying to tell you. He's a mini tank. He's not a big guy. He's a little guy. Look how we was playing against the Sixers without our key player that we thought that we was going to the playoff with.
Now,
you understand?
When we speak of that key player, you're speaking no other than Julius Randle. I've never been a fan of Randle.
I always supported Randle.
Okay, now don't get me wrong. I respect what he did regular season, but I know cookies and milk don't come to postseason. You can't really celebrate until you get to the postseason. That's when it really counts, man.
See, with Randle and what it is what I'm telling you, what is different with the plays and what you're asking, what I'm trying to tell you. There's nothing to expect. I can expect just like the other team. We should be sitting with the Sixers because they're putting on a show that nobody's going to expect. We might as well sit with them and enjoy. They might as well enjoy it with us because we don't know what the Knicks is going to bring in anything because what they expected, Julius Randle, when you pass the ball, give me the ball. It is what it is. He don't pass the ball. So you got to wait for everybody else standing around until Julius Randle makes his play and makes his move. He's going to shoot or he's going to drive to the lane. Or he's going to bring the ball down. That's it. Jalen Brunson has a versatile skill of where he has people that he developing with, Hardenstein, these other players, and then he got his brothers that he are very comfortable with.
So let's break it down player by player. Follow my lead, man. Starting with Julius Randle, is it safe to say at this point we don't need him?
At this point, no. With a playbook where if Julius Randle come back, that limits the players that they're not in the defensive playbook. And now Julius Randle back, they could pull out that defensive playbook that they've had. Okay, this is how we're going to defend the Knicks with Julius Randle. If they bring him back, because that limits everybody else, Julius Randle going to call all the power forward minutes.
To sum it up, you're saying that Julius Randle ISO.
It's an ISO situation to where everybody else is not. Look at the flow. In and out, Hardenstein, Mitchell Robinson. Look at the 1-2 punch that we putting on Embiid. This guy, look at did you see that game?
Yes.
No one actually physically touched this guy. Number one, you see on his own, he showed us that he's damaged goods. The Knicks know that. When a man smells fear and he smells weakness on another man, either you feel sympathy for him or you take advantage of it. Especially in battle, you take advantage of it. That man went up and he was clean. That was a beautiful put. He alley-ooped himself and that was beautiful. When he came down, that should not have been an injury. You know that he's damaged goods. And Hartenstein, I told people that. They asked me in another interview. They asked me, I know you want to go player by player, but where I told you, you don't know. So Hartenstein is a key to this team.
How important is Hartenstein when you got Mitchell Robinson in the second unit? Should they swap or should we keep it the way it is right now?
Right now, we should keep it the way it is.
Explain.
Chain was not broke.
Explain.
Well, right now, Mitchell Robinson is just returned back from injury, and now you see his minutes is regrowing. As you see, this last game also, he dominated and be on the boards. He ate him. I was very proud of Mitchell Robinson. But while one is shining, why put his light out so the other one can shine? So when tonight, pull Mitchell Robinson back and let Hartenstein go in and let him eat a little bit with him and see what he can do. But then, this is the miraculous part. You have a smaller guy, we go jumping again, that also grabbing 10 boards and better. We talking about Josh Hart.
Okay, before we get to Josh Hart, hold me out, brother. Yeah. Before we get to Josh Hart, you said you liked the first game that you seen Mitchell Robinson participate in. His legs looked fresh, looked like he's getting his wind back. He looked like he's getting game shape ready.
More than just wind back. This guy played against Joel Embiid, and then, like I said, he's seen the like any other predator. He see that he's the bigger man. This man is 7'2". You know something is wrong. Something is wrong. But Mitchell Robinson took advantage of that. This dude was all over the place. That was he was a miracle. I was proud of him. I was proud of him. And that brings confidence.
Okay. When we speak of confidence, right? Because we need a coach to have confidence in his players. This is my thing with Tom Thibodeau, right? As we discuss that, speaking of the coach, let me start off by asking you, my brother, are you highly impressed with Tom Thibodeau?
I am.
Do you think Tom Thibodeau?
To who?
Oh, well.
See?
All right.
See?
David Fizdale. Of course. We can't go with Red Holzman because Red Holzman got the chip. So let's keep it where I'm asking you. Are you impressed with everything that's going on with Tom Thibodeau? Because I can give you something to talk about. Let's comparison. Follow my lead, brother.
Got you.
We got people who complain about Tom Thibodeau rotation.
Got you.
That's where I was going when I asked you that question. Are you happy with Tom Thibodeau? Some Knicks fans are not happy with Tom Thibodeau as a head coach because they don't like how he rotates his players.
Well, that's generation-wise. If you want to talk my generation, I'm from a school of hard knocks to where either get it done or don't do it. This is not just a game. This is also a business. And if with a business, we also pay both ways. This is not free. As a fan, I pay money to support to be dedicated to that team, which I'm dedicated to that player, which I'm dedicated to that coach. Where that coach expect that player that's getting that money to perform.
Is Tom Thibodeau doing a great job in your eyes?
He's doing an excellent job.
He's doing a great job.
Great job.
What you like about his
discipline?
What you like about his coaching?
His discipline, and he gives the guys the run. I understand they go, oh, he's gonna burn, because everybody that he brings onto that team, at the first game that they play, get 48, mostly the whole game. And people go, oh, he burns his players. No, he's letting them play the way that what I see, how they used to be. These other players, they come in on other teams, go out, come in, go out. The Knicks, Brunson. If you see the record, Hartenstein and all of them, they can play 30, 28 minutes straight.
But should they be playing that many minutes when we're in the postseason? You don't want to risk your players from injury, and you don't want to risk your players being burnt out.
Well, in the postseason,
that's why we got a bench.
That was a gelling situation. We have more injuries. I mean, what could you do? We have to fix a rotation when you have injuries. So that made it to where most players, and we trying to stay within the playoffs. Because as a fan, and when you talk everybody now, this is what I tell you about Knicks fans, about how you stand out from other fans. Everybody now is a Knicks fan out here.
We ain't concerned. We already know about
what I'm trying to say is they doing their thing. And with that doing their thing, everybody on board with that. And that's crazy. Now that they doing their thing, they doing what they supposed to do as a team. You don't ever know a championship until they're actually done. We ain't recording this. Right now, you don't know if this is a championship year or next year. Like any other championship with New York teams. It's always the story of a Cinderella story until it's over.
Are you telling me you have no concern with Tom Thibodeau's rotation?
No. Why? I mean, he's doing what he's supposed to do.
You think he's doing what he's supposed to do?
Doing what he's supposed to do, or we wouldn't be where we at. Let me stick to the point. Everybody was, like I said, as Knicks fans expected when Julius Randle, our season is over. Right? So what you have to do to where because like I said at the beginning, everything leans on Julius Randle. So if he's out, everybody thought our season was over. We drop it. Everybody thought that. We went from, when Julius Randle got hurt, what place we was in? 4th.
Right.
Everybody expected we were going to drop down to between 7th and 8th.
Right.
Where we finished.
We in second.
Now everybody riding that high. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. That takes rotation. That don't take the players to do. That takes the coaching to sit down and figure out, without our star player, this is what our playbook was. I'm going to fix this. So we're not just going to finish where we lost our player. We finish higher.
But what do you say to those who's complaining about Tom Thibodeau before Julius Randle got hurt?
That's like anything. That's like anything and anybody.
Like, give you a prime example, my brother. When Julius Randle got injured against the Miami Heat, it was in the 4th quarter. I believe it was like 4 minutes left, and we had the lead. There was no reason for that man to be out there. What do you say to fans who look at situations like that and say that, you know what, Tom Thibodeau needs to do better, man? If we got the lead, why are you having your starters out on the court?
Since you're talking at that time, we did not have the point guard that we had.
Yes, we did. We had Jalenbrunson.
Julius Brunson was not playing at that time. The game that you talk about where Julius Randle got hurt, which time? The time before?
I'm talking about
this
recent. Yeah.
Oh, this recent.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when,
No. I'm talking about this recent.
During that recent time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would you have that man on the court? 4 minutes left and we got the lead. This is what certain Knicks fans are inquiring. We would like to know.
If the point guard, if the power forward requests, which he's the star, if he requested, I want to continue to stay on the floor, they cannot take that man off the floor.
Because Julius Randle says so.
If he says that I'm going to continue to play, and which he's going to remain, because he have to remain. Jalenbrunson is taking on the shine. It is what it is. Postseason is coming down, and you got the big three. You walk the garden, you walk outside the garden, you got the big three. It is what it is. Where all the postseason was Julius Randle. Julius Randle, you have to maintain. He's a captain. He's a star. Why not go play? Why not? What captain runs? I mean, that's why I'm confused. What captain or what leader leads in the back? If I'm going down with the ship. The other day I watched, they don't mean to jump but I watched the news where they pulled up a ship and the captain, they pulled the body out and it was the captain like this. And I'm like, clap for that man. You the captain. That's what you there for. That's what he's there for. That's what he's supposed to do.
So basically, you telling me that Julius Randle puts himself ahead of the team.
He didn't put himself ahead of the team. He put himself as a leader to continue to play out with the team. Not saying, I'm in the lead. It's 4th quarter. Coach, take me out. I want to sit down. As a leader, how is that efficient? As you supposed to be a leader. I am not. Look, 4th quarter, we up 15 because that's the most they was up by. Which the Knicks, they can plummet that lead in a matter of seconds because they have lost. We have watch games
right
with the Knicks up in the 4th quarter, and it happened, and they plummeted and lost by 2. So yes, as that, we're gonna make sure they kept Julius Randle in, and he got hurt. As any player, it is what it is. And then he tried to come back and got hurt trying to come back. So he had to get right up 2 days after he said, I can't come back, the man got the surgery. So
is it safe to say that Julius Randle is not the franchise player? Before Jalenbrunson came, yes, he was the starring guy, he was the go-to guy. It's no longer that. That man gonna have to learn to take a back seat or get traded.
This is what happened. There's no more. This is the whole point with all of that. The Knicks have created a system where you have a pick of who you want to be the star. before, yes, we had our individuals, but now DiVincenzo, they call him the Big Raccoon. He got his T-shirt in the Knicks world. Everybody's a star. You got Jalen Brunson, you got Brunson Burner. Everybody is a star. Whoever support him, the kids, ask the kids. The Knicks kids, ask them. It'll never be the one. Go to the LA. LeBron. AG or LeBron. That's it. Or Kobe. Or Kobe. Other than that, in New York, as right now, hot commodity, you got so many right now that's doing their thing. Oh, McBride. You got all these.
Before I get to McBride.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Before I get to McBride,
man.
We got to finish this question I originally asked you.
Yes, sir.
Julius Randle is no longer the go-to guy, even when he wasn't injured.
No, that's what I was agreeing
Okay,
with.
all right. So being that he's not the go-to guy no more,
yes,
it's time to let that man go. The Knicks are winning games without Julius Randle.
The point is this.
Yes, do you agree with that? Follow me. Do you agree with that?
That's what I'm trying to explain. Half of it.
So what half you don't agree with?
The falling back part to take a certain role, yes. But to get rid of Julius Randle is a specimen. He's a specimen and a half. You get rid of him, he's going to be a great enemy on this. He's an exclamation point on this team. He fits in. I'm sorry where I don't know what other guys, but I like Julius Randle, a healthy Julius Randle. This man he reminds you, like I said, I come from who you can match up with, and he reminds me of a Karl Malone. Karl Malone was a specimen and a half. As far as defense, body, we are missing that. We missing that power within that middle, and that's Julius Randle. If we would be dominating the Sixers if Julius Randle was playing. We're winning games and we fighting and we battling, but we're not dominating. Embiid is weak. And Julius Randle would have showed that because Julius Randle is a specimen. There's no one that has that. Julius Randle is the strongest man on the team. I need you to let's compare that. Who else is a specimen like a healthy Julius Randle?
Jalen Brunson.
As his size, I said his size, his fatigue, and he's a small tank. He's a point guard. He got quickness and he have toughness. But Julius Randle is different. It's a specimen. I'm a 5'5" dude. My soul is 8 feet.
Let me ask you this, brother.
This dude, man.
But aren't you disappointed in Julius Randle when we speak of playoffs, man? That's the thing. You know what it's like? It's like you getting a gift, right? Somebody sell you something and be like, yo, there's a TV set in the box. And you come home, you open the shit, and you see a brick.
Let's talk about that.
You see a brick.
Yeah.
How many times are we gonna come up with excuses for a man who don't produce in the postseason? Now, I wasn't trying to make this interview a Julius Randle like bashing him, man, because he's no longer on the floor.
No,
but when I got fans,
opinion,
no. But when I ask questions and I hear fans like yourself
and I'm
mention Julius Randle,
I'm answering.
No. I don't have no problem with that, brother. Just let's dialogue. Mm-hmm. And you bring up Julius Randle saying he's a great player. I agree when we speak of that of regular season, but I don't see nothing that he has done to make me want to say, let's keep this man, because to me, it seemed like it isn't working.
Okay, so who works then?
It isn't him, because every postseason, I'm interviewing you, brother.
I got you.
So how come, this is my thing, every postseason, we have an excuse on why Julius Randle cannot perform. When is it time to say, yo, this isn't working, man? And if you disagree with that, it's okay, man.
But they're going to let me disagree.
No, you can't.
Nah, but you're not allowed.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
When you interview me,
you can't. You can't. Talk to me.
You're making a statement,
right?
This is where I got you. If you're an interviewer, but we got this, and I got you. With an interview, you making statements. You're not asking me a question.
I am asking you a question. When is it time to let him go?
Answer.
It's on you.
We're answering that. If you want to compare, all I'm gonna say, Ben Simmons, he's robbing the name. He don't produce whatsoever. Regular season, postseason. show up. This man's a warrior. He came to our team and he put up numbers. He got numbers to where Jalen Brunson is breaking his records. If he wasn't nowhere and put numbers within the Garden, I don't know nowhere else. But you talk about how he hurts the team. Let's talk about how he helped the team. He was like Charles Oakley. He's a warrior who performs in the Coliseum. The man was injured. It's not like, and I understand he don't. Two postseasons that he was in, where the Knicks where he dropped the ball. There was many who have in the Knicks. If you see history, we got Charles Smith. We could go through the line with this. Ewan with the finger roll. John Starks with his all those threes and what's the name? Let him go with it. Van Gundy let him just go with it. He missed all those threes and we lost. There's history of the Knicks of a player who tried their best. Carmelo Anthony, who came to the Knicks and took on the role of a star player. Carmelo knew once he left the Knicks, he wasn't going to be a star nowhere else. That was it. Once you're a star, New York is the only place where you're going to be on top. Once you leave that, that's it.
To sum it up, you would like to see Randle come back.
Yeah, Randle, of course. He's welcome back in my book.
Okay.
Like I said, I asked you. No, you're not.
Okay.
I asked the question.
What was the question?
You strongly saying like a disease. Like he not fitting. And on his ship, I feel like a ship. This is how I go in my life. On my ship, I look around in my life to see who's drilling holes in my ship because I don't want my ship to sink. So you talk about a ship that's where a man is drilling holes in. So when you pluck that out, what do you put it back with? So I asked you, so who fit? You
Precious.
said, well, I don't know.
No, I never said I don't know. I'm trying to get you to stay on topic, not to say you using other players as a.
Well, if those
you comparing,
those
but I'm asking
are not
you.
At Julius Randle, if you want to say Precious Achiuwa, he's nice, but he is not. Precious Achiuwa is going to be traded. That's why when you said that, Precious Achiuwa will be traded at the end of this year. He is not Julius Randle's status. OG is the one we wanted before J.R. Barrett, but we couldn't get him. When he was able and it was fit, when Toronto said, yo, y'all still want OG? He's just 2 years older. Of course, we've been waiting for this guy. And he took him and gave them R.J. Barrett and Quickly with no problems. Reason why they gave him Quickly, because Quickly wanted starting money for coming off the bench. That's the only reason. Nothing more. But we still have Emmanuel Quickly. We are different Knicks. And we're not giving no guy off the bench money like a starting point guard, and we got Jalen Brunson. As you see, we don't need Emmanuel Quickly. So I agree with we really don't need Julius Randle, but we need him because Quickly, like now, as you watch the game, Quickly and Maxey played on the same team. As you see, these guys play the same. Look how fast that first game. Oh my God, this kid is unstoppable. If he plays game 2 like he started to play at the end of the fourth quarter in game 1, we're gonna have a problem. And that's where we missing someone as quick, like Emmanuel Quickly. But we keep that defense and shut down Embiid and put a little defense on Maxey. We can take 2 back to Philly.
How far you feel the Knicks is gonna? You think the Knicks could sweep Philly? I believe they could sweep them.
I said.
How far you think the Knicks in 5?
They're gonna give up 1. I don't believe in no contact without getting hit. I don't believe in that. In boxing, even the winner get hit. He gonna get hit. So we're gonna lose a game or 2. So
we ain't gotta lose a game.
We don't have to, but we're not. Ain't nobody perfect.
No, so listen, sweeping the 76ers won't make us perfect.
It'll make us it will make us a sweep perfect. But I will say, like I said, Knicks in 5. I always respect the next man.
Okay.
The opponent.
All right.
Give him a game.
Okay. I ain't trying to give him shit.
Yeah, I got you.
But okay, you want to give him a game?
Let's be realistic.
We give him a game.
Let's be
all
realistic.
Right. When you see Joel Embiid, right? Throw that basketball off the board. It came with that one-handed dunk, right? I feel he did that because, like you said earlier, Mitchell Robinson was all over in his ass. So he's probably frustrated, and he wanted to get his shit off. When you seen him come down limping, was you happy? It's okay to say. Because I was sitting there saying, good for your ass. You try to show out in the Garden on my man Mitch, and OG, I ain't taking no prisoners. I ain't slacking off on nothing. When that man came down and he was hobbling,
That's how I feel. Like I said, I'm a Gemini, so I'm 50-50. I like a good battle. I don't think that if he went down and the Knicks won, yeah, we got it. But when he came back and he came back from the back, I'm like, okay, here we go. It's a battle, and it's more confidence that the Knicks beat the Sixers with Embiid than without him, because that's all it talk. Oh, they only beat him because Embiid went down. We showing, and like I said, we gotta put a little fear, and we're not the only ones. It's a mind thing. So as we showing and putting a statement to the Sixers, everybody else that's always in line with us, that could come across us, is watching this too. Yo, you see the Knicks? You see what they? Because people fear Embiid. They fear the Sixers when they healthy. They good. Embiid is that you talk about specimens. That was a beautiful dunk, and for him, and know it was clean, and for him to come down and was injured that way shows that the man is not 100. So what you do, you smell that, like you smell fear, you smell the weakness of the team. Because as you see, this is what the Knicks people thought. When Julius Randle went down, the Knicks goes down. When the Sixers and B go down, the Sixers go down. We proved that we don't do that. We do at either the level where Julius Randle was or better. That's what we've been doing.
well, when you keep being that you mentioned Julius again, I feel we doing much better without him than we are with him.
Yes.
Okay, so if I give you something to help you get along the way, and then you find a better method, I don't think you're going to continue to use the method I once gave you.
Now, in the Nick talk, where you say, I go, well, that's wrong when I ask you, who could fit? Who could fit? Who can fit? And there's a little like blah, blah, blah of it. It's Bridges on the Nets. He's that missing piece of that Villanova. Now,
What do you like about Mikal Bridges, and what do you think, being that you brought him up, how can he be a good addition to the New York Knicks?
just what I said.
Talk to
Anybody that came from Villanova, we got is right there. You go. You got Hart, you got DiVincenzo. You got those two with Brunson, and you telling me Bridges wouldn't fit me?
I've never said that.
No. I'm saying as fans or how we talk about puzzle pieces.
Right.
And he's got youth. He's younger than Julius Randle, and he's like playing with guys that he grew up with. He fits perfectly in that power forward spot. That's the only person I.
Who would you trade? Because in order to get Mikal Bridges, you're going to have
Julius
to.
Randle would be one. They're not gonna. Julius Randle would be the icing on the cake. So whoever else would go with him, it would be no problem. So I would say Julius Randle. I would say it's hard. It's really hard to say.
Who would you?
We might lose Mitchell Robinson because it won't be that simple. We'll lose. It'll be some kind of three-way. We might lose. We're gonna lose somebody we ain't gonna want to lose. Grimes ain't going nowhere. He's not going nowhere.
Now, being that you brought up losing players, right, in order to bring in a player, right? Once again, Mitchell Robinson, in my eyes, this playoff series right now is redemption. Because right now, certain Knicks fans is looking in and saying he's injury prone when we speak of Mitchell Robinson. This is why I feel right now he needs to really ball out and kill the doubts that's roaming in certain Knicks fans' domes, man. Some are even saying he's trade bait.
Okay, so with that saying on that page, those pages. On this new page that's been written in game one, he's not giving you that. He's giving you what you're saying he needs to do.
Absolutely.
So let's see what the second page.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Meaning give the man a chance.
No. I agree. I'm throwing the questions. I'm playing devil's advocate.
No, and I'm answering it for you. With the old, you are correct.
Right.
Injury prone. But as of right now, we're talking about that game and what he did to one of the best centers in the NBA. We're not talking about mediocre. You see how he played against one of the best, Booker, Crook, even Shaq. at an old age, his last 2 years, had a reputation, and the young players say this: either I'm a dunk on Shaq when I come in the NBA and get my reputation, or if old Shaq block me, I'm gonna get laughed at. Because Shaq is older, and that's what he said. I'm not gonna let these dudes try to posterize me on, you know how Lion is. If you in the Lions Den, if the younger ones kill, no matter what, reputation holds. So Shaq's last 2 years, Shaq feet is done. All he did, if you watch footage, he did this. He never jumped. He never did nothing. His reputation alone kept the defense, kept people from trying to play D1 his last 2 years. So with that, reputation holds. So Mitchell Robinson right now got to build up the reputation that I could handle and I could be all over the biggest and the strongest center in the NBA right now. I got this.
You got Mitch
At the game one, look what he do. Look at him. I mean, the talk is all over, not just with ESPN. I understand MSG, we Knicks, everything's going to be talked about and highlight their players.
Right.
Go to the biggest critics talking about it, the team that they always, everybody talks to. Look at Charles Barkley. He said it at the beginning. I'm watching when they commentate. He had Philly. He said Philly in 5, and Philly got game 1.
Shaq don't even talk highly of the Knicks.
There you go.
The only one I see as talking highly of the Knicks is Kendrick.
Because Kendrick sees, you have to see certain things, like I said, when history is made, you don't know it. You don't know it when history is being made. You can't tell me what year the Knicks, they can get the perfect team. Who tell you that's when they're going to win?
Right.
Who tell you that, excuse me, who's going to tell you that's when they're going to win the championship?
But let's agree on something. You can tell when something's cooking. You could smell a good aroma. You can always tell. You might not know what the meal consists of, but when something is simmering and cooking in that kitchen, and it smells good, baby.
I got you, but that don't mean it's gonna taste good. That don't mean it's gonna be seasoned.
Listen,
Let me tell you something. The worst thing to do is plan ahead.
When something smells good, 9 out of 10, it tastes good.
I go, God willing.
So when something smells good,
season, I don't care what the Knicks is doing in the preseason. They can win every preseason game, and then when the season starts, that's it. They just or the vice versa. The season they start off bad, and then all of a sudden they go off and like they are now. People thought this and that, and they in the playoffs they finish in the second seed. That's crazy. So you never know. You can't plan trips ahead because sometimes you got to pull back. One thing is what we do as human beings. I go, yo, brother, what you doing today? When you tell me, you're going to be the perfect thing as human beings. That's what you're going to tell me, the perfect day. You're not going to say, well, when I get up, you know what? My feet was hurting and I couldn't make out. It was raining and this and that. You're never going to put that in there because as human beings, we're going to explain it. So each year, yeah, we're going to say the Knicks is going to do good or they're going to do bad as far as their whatever the case. Oh, the Knicks. People
so basically, you telling me I can't even ask you how far you feel the Knicks going to go?
I feel like the sky's the limit. I got in my book here. I got empty pages. This is a photo book, and I got empty pages.
So you
never know.
You never know.
You never know.
You don't think the Knicks gonna go? I'm saying the Knicks is gonna. I'm not guessing. I'm saying the Knicks is gonna defeat the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, yeah, of course.
As a Knicks fan, I could say that.
As far as what's happening now, as far as a fight now, but what I meaning, I thought you was talking about like the championship.
No, this is all Knicks. No,
play all the way.
No, I'm talking about no. We don't know, but I'm talking about as far as round one.
Round one, we can, like I said, like I was trying to explain, the trees fall. Sometimes it ain't about the team; it's about your opponents. So these teams, the other teams, or the Sixers, be having problems to where, yes, we can run on them. So you are right far as you see weakness in the Sixers. So that's why you're saying that we can beat them.
And I feel, once again, without Mr. 25 and 10, Julius Randle. See, I see your face. It seems like when I say this shit, and I'm trying not to talk about this guy, but I got to respect that he's loved in New York by certain fans, man.
It's not the
and
love, it's the work he put in. That's another thing. I'm a fan of the team. That's the whole thing. I'm not a player fan.
Okay.
So I'm a team, not the Knicks itself.
Okay.
I don't have a Jalen Brunson. I don't have no current player jerseys. I got retired veteran players.
Right.
So
when it's all said and done.
when it's all said and done,
I respect that.
meaning you have to put in your work.
Okay, I respect that.
His work, some of it been put in.
What work has been put in?
He fought and played for this team. Once any Knick merchandise, if you look at it, the tag on the back, the logo inside, the description says, once a Knick, always a Knick.
Okay, grant that.
So he's a Knick, and he's always going to be a Knick. And we're going to I'm going to talk about that player of the achievements that he did. And Julius Randle, I put some achievements within the Knicks. As a person, his selfishness, we human beings, everybody has that type of those things. Those are things that's putting us a human being. But when it's time for him to get on that floor, where he needs to put in that work, Julius Randle shows up. He's not missing there. This man came from where he came off the
We
bench.
need him now. Where is he?
Injured. Can't nothing he could do.
What? We needed him last year in the postseason. Where was he? You can say injured because that's what the fuck happened. He was injured.
Yeah.
So how many injuries? We only went to the postseason 3 times. He been hurt 2 out of 3. And the first time he went when he wasn't hurt, he unachieved. He was an underachiever.
Well,
it's
like
not like
I
I'm
said,
picking on the man.
No, it's not that you picking on.
I'm speaking facts. So as Knicks fans,
when the weight
man,
is on you more, you burn out. So the last time, no excuse. He just was injured. I don't know. I don't know why he not. It's still the same format. But what it is, when you carrying more weight, he was the only reliable power forward on that team. So that put
pressure on him. I agree with that.
Man.
I
He
agree.
just recently got OG and
Anunoby.
Precious, the guy you talk about replacing him with.
And you disagree with that.
No. Then both of them, even OG, you fell out on him. We brought OG in. If you want to let's get technical about it. OG was supposed to come in to take some cushion off of Julius Randle. Julius Randle get hurt. OG hurt. So we got 2 power forwards out for a minute. Remember that.
Yeah, and we went down to 5th place.
We dropped.
Yes, we did.
And then OG worked his way back where Julius Randle tried, and he re-injured. OG still came back and was re-healing himself, but Precious stepped up where they didn't think he did. Precious numbers stepped up as OG was healing. He was still injured as he came back. Now, as you see, OG is almost 100%. That dude, he take flight. He's quick on the ball, on the steal. No disrespect to RJ Barrett, but that was a good trade.
Okay, let's start there. Being that we let go of RJ Barrett and we brought in OG Anunoby, what do you like when we speak of OG and Anunoby game that you feel that RJ Barrett just couldn't possess on the floor?
Confidence. It's not about what you do. It's the confidence of how you do it. There's millions and millions of barbers out there, but one stands out if his confidence is higher than the other. It's not what he could have the most shabbiest clippers, but if his confidence and he do a good haircut, that's what works. Confidence. Now RJ Barrett couldn't get that. Everybody relied for him. We brought him in. Kevin Knox. Everybody look at these people. We put people up here, and then it's up to you to do this. That's how I do that in life. When I meet you here. I don't meet you here, brother. I don't put no other people here. I put them here, and as I get to know you, it's on you to show me that you here. Or as I learn you, I'm like, damn. And then you start dropping as far as that. So RJ had 3 years or so to show and step up as a young player. This is why go back to Julius Randle. All the pressure went.
So where you
him.
put Julius Randle at when you first seen him on the Knicks? When he first got signed to the Knicks, where was your level of respectness? Just like how you put RJ.
Be honest.
Illustrate.
I'm gonna be very honest.
Illustrate like you just did with your hands. Just show me where you put Julius Randle and where he's at.
As far as knowing him or don't know him. Don't know him?
This is what I'm asking. I'm asking my man right here, the well-dressed Knicks fan, my man, Julius Randle, and where he's at right now. Is it going up or is it going down?
Oh, when I first came across Julius Randle.
As a player, I'm talking player.
Player. Like that, down here.
Why down there?
Because I didn't know who Julius Randle was.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's be honest.
Fair enough.
I didn't know who he was. I was at an event. And a Knick event, and I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I'm letting you
So
talk.
I was there, and we shooting around, and I'm going up to Dennis Smith Jr.
Right.
They just picked up. That was the hype. Julius Randle shooting by himself, and I'm like, who that? They go, He's the highest paid. Everybody laughing. Fizdale was the coach. He's the highest paid Knicks player y'all got. Like, who is that? And so that's Julius Randle. He used to play with Kobe. I had to do work on, learn.
Okay.
Heard about his injury. I'm like, God, man. His first year, he got in.
On the first day.
See, I learned all that from not knowing who Julius was. Now, I grew to know him. Like I said, when you learn, I just stood here and said that. Now, I got him up here.
As of today, right now, he's up there.
Right now.
Out of all these postseason disappointments, you still got him there.
Yep.
Where would he have been if he was never injured and he actually performed in them postseason games?
Yeah, I don't know. That's guessing.
Because, goddamn, you already got him up here. Look what my man got him.
Because you know why? Because he did his work, put in his work for me not knowing who he was to who I know who he is now. And the work that he put in on nobody knew who Julius was. This is what about the Knicks. The Knicks never pick up a star. We make a star. Everybody knows this. Nobody knew who Jeremy Lin was sleeping on a couch. When he came in and he did his thing, then all of a sudden, everybody, Linsanity. I got merchandise. He had bobbleheads over the star player. Melo was tight. This is true fact.
Yeah.
I need y'all to understand.
Is this deja vu with Randle and Obi Toppin? Do you feel like Julius Randle was feeling a certain way when Obi Toppin was getting the success?
No, Obi Toppin is hard to get along with in general. It ain't got nothing to do with Julius Randle. Obi Toppin is himself and his personality. That's how he is. He's different. He don't take no pictures with no. I never seen a Knick player who have security with him among Knick fans and tell them keep them away when you approach him. We had an event where that's what they're there for. Approachable, sign, talk, but this guy had security with him. And when you try to approach him, they cut you off. OB ain't on talking no more. We're at an event. That's embarrassing. Like I said, brother, as a fan, MSG don't give me nothing. I'm Knick head to toe. I pay for everything to my socks. I got on Knick socks. And as you do merchandise, these socks are $19 and better.
So let me ask you this. Brother. Let me ask you this. Did you give props to Julius Randle when he went like this to the fans? Thumbs down?
No. But anybody have their day.
So why can't Obi have his?
My last name is Barkley.
Why can't Obi have his? You said every player have his day. You calling
that's
out
personality. Julius Randle didn't stick with that. That man he was Julius Randle. That's what I'm saying. People have growth. People have growth. And Julius Randle had one personality where he cried, complained, and as a Knick fan, people know that he stopped doing it. He started meditation. He don't do that no more. Obi Toppin is still in his ways, even on the Pacers. The man is he'll tell you what he want. He wanted that position. He was going after to where I'm gonna do this. He was crying for more minutes. Meaning, if you have to take this from this man, I need that. So with any fight and any job, you're not gonna let the man come in and try to take your work from you, take your hours. So yeah, there's a problem here because he expressed that he was supposed to be the newest thing. Julius Randle wasn't doing good, as you say. So yes. So when you see a player to where they not doing, here go another one willing to come in and try to take that spot. So yeah, I'm a defender. You can't be mad at the man for trying to defend his position, his money.
Listen,
because Obi was a threat.
So let me ask you this, brother. Sometimes as a player, right, as they say, there's no I in team, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Why can't he think for the best of the team and not for the best of himself? Like what Mitchell Robinson is demonstrating. Mitchell Robinson was a Knicks center. He's still our center. He was starting. He's seen the success that Hardesty was having once he got injured, and he said, you know what? I am willing to take a back seat. Let that man continue to strive in the starting five. I'll go to the second unit.
Did you know why?
Why can't Julius Randle express gratitude like that for the team?
It's okay. So as a footsteps, we don't know what Julius Randle will do when he come back. He might see that system and he might do the same thing. Because
personally, I hope he's not coming back.
Well, he have to come back to either be traded. He can't just not come back off an injury. On any job, you have to be
okay, active, I understand that. Well, let me rephrase this.
He will be back.
Let me rephrase this. Yeah. I hope he gets traded.
He'll be back, and then he have to play and put up his, be good to be traded. You know how that goes. Somebody gotta want you to want to be traded.
Right.
So he can't just be damaged goods. You have to be able to say, yo, we can use him, which he's going to come back and he's going to be 2.0. That man always recover and come back 2 times better off the injury.
How is that?
He come back, his physique is better.
Stats don't say that, though.
Stats do say that. The only thing keeps him out is injuries. And like you said, he does his work. It's like a regular job. I do my job so well that where if I go on vacation for 3 weeks, there's going to be people that come in and cover for me. When I'm out, they bring in 2 people to do my job. Believe it or not. And that's crazy because they can't do what I do. And I make it my business to do that. So Julius Randle kind of where that didn't happen. Right now, the team is showing that we can do this to where that missing piece.
Without him.
That's what's happening with Jalenbrunson is doing.
So if the Knicks fuck winning it, let's say they go to the Eastern Conference, right? But let's go beyond that. Let's say the Knicks take it all. And Julius Randle's seen in the cast, watching the Knicks take it all. You really think they're not making proper reservations to say, yo, you got to trade this guy?
Well, it's common sense, brother. That's the only thing I agree with you with. If the Knicks win a championship without Julius Randle, they're going to bring him back. He's going to play maybe the preseason, the month of October, and then they're going to trade him. I will guarantee. If the Knicks win a championship without Julius Randle,
okay,
he knows this.
Okay, and I'm going to tell you something else he knows. I don't even think they have to go that far. If the Knicks pass the second round,
he's
out of here.
I halfway agree with you.
He's out of here.
We agree with that. I agree with. And you know what? I'm even going to not halfway. I'm agree with you.
Yeah, he's out of here.
Go beyond that, the way they are, he's out of here. I agree with that.
Come on, man. And once again, man, I'm not trying to bash Julius Randle.
I'm a man of common sense.
I'm calling it out for what it is, and that's what I respect. I gotta respect those who still got faith in him. I might not like it, but I'm trying to create dialogue. When I hear something that's far-fetched, I gotta speak up. Yeah. Like you gotta speak up. Yeah. So we can both agree that
we both agree. I mean, what you gonna do if you got a team, you got a man out, right? And you paying him disability, and then you got a crew, and they doing mad good shit, and they get a bonus. You think that man that went out on disability should get a part of the bonus?
No, and this is why I don't understand why Knicks fans is still holding on to Julius. I really don't get it. When he got injured, we went 15-2 with OG and Nova.
But right now, he's the best power forward in the NBA.
But he can't stay healthy to express that, to show that. That's all I'm saying.
The best power forward.
Yeah, until postseason come, it's like he got an expiration date. When we like I'm good until playoffs come. You know how you?
I think it's a pressure thing. Some people eat it. Melo loved it. He loved the pressure. It might be a pressure thing. Maybe he can't take the pressure.
All right.
Also, I don't. You know what I don't like about him? The son. That's traumatizing. When your son watching you fail. An example, the dunk contest. His son was it the 3-point contest? What was he in? The 3-point contest. Yeah. I don't know if you watched that, when he was in that, and he didn't even make the first round.
And his son was crying.
It was so hysterical, he had to take him to the back to calm him down. So I feel like that type of pressure in sports, and his son is supposed to see his father win. And that's what all kids expect. But when they lose, it's hard to see that your father, it's hard to see that. Especially the older he gets, and he's seeing this.
All right.
So that's harder on a kid.
Talk to me about Deuce McBride, man.
Oh, man. This is a sensational kid.
What you like about his game? Let's start there.
It's all around development. That's all I got. As far as that, his development in his game. I was a little worried about Deuce.
Why was you worried about Deuce?
Because at first he was a slow developer, like anybody else that came with. He reminded me of Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox looked like his engine was getting ready to start, and then it go out. It looked like his engine was getting ready to start, and then he fade out. But Deuce McBride looked like he got a strong defense. He got a 3-point developer. He opened up the floor.
Right.
But one thing is for sure about any Knicks that's playing right now.
Go ahead.
Yeah. They are who they are. They got, let's say, if you had a rating on it, the Knicks players play at a rating of 70. With Jalenbrunson, controlling and passing and hitting them off, the players elevate to a level at 85.
Even when we speak of that of Deuce, right? Some say we wouldn't even see the talents that Deuce is possessing on the court if it wasn't for the trade of Emmanuel Quickly.
Exactly.
Like, so we can't really say Deuce is a slow starter. What we can say is Tom Thibodeau needs to not wait till he's in a certain situation to play his bench.
That's what you're right, but that's why he proved that by trading Quickly when the situation got to it where it got. Quickly didn't. They waited a long time to give him a contract. Quickly waited them out. Quickly went without a contract for almost 30 days before they actually traded. We thought that, as Knicks fans, that he was going to get this. He was playing miraculous ball for us, and we thought he was going to get it.
Do you think he got the short end of the stick?
No, because when you like,
I know. You see the outcome with DiVincenzo and Josh Hart.
Things. It's not that. Nobody even knew Josh Hart developed. He came in explosive, but still not to where Emmanuel Quickly, like again, was putting in his work at a young age. A lot of responsibility went on Quickly to where give this man a contract. Everybody said
I agree.
that.
I agree.
He put in some work. When you said Julius Randle, let's go with work. He put in work at his young age, and a little bit of time he was there. Look at Quickly numbers. He deserved the contract, but what the problem was, man, we could not make Quickly a superstar, and we had one coming in. Jalen was the one that we had to focus on. We can't have a guy come off the bench asking for star money. Our star money man can't match the guy coming off the bench, and you're a point guard too. The Knicks don't do that anymore. We don't waste any money no more. And if you look at our history, we have players that we gave contracts to, and they play for us 1 year, but the contract, they got 10 years still on the contract, and we pay.
Yeah, like Allen Houston.
Still in, well, no.
No, but it was a situation like that.
Yes, it was a situation.
Yeah, where he's
Allen
no
Houston
longer
was for the
playing, and
Garden
they were
now.
still paying
Yes,
him.
they paying him. We work for the Garden, shows up, do events. Allen Houston, Larry Johnson, Marcus Camby, all of them will show up to events that work for the Garden and come out and take pictures with the fans. But yes, what was his name? Eddie Curry. He was the biggest robber of the Knicks. He took a contract, we put it to him, and he didn't produce. He was the biggest flop. So we had a lot where we wasted money on players. Landry Fields. I mean, come on, there's players where you can't even ask too much Knick trivia, because there's guys that just Knick players mentally just forgot about, because we bring them in, and then they just really just, and you find these jerseys, you be like, Landry, I can't even remember these guys, like, until you go and type them in, like, oh, that's right, Landry Fields, like, right, see, so these guys that you brought in to expect, and they flopped out, we knocked them out of our mental.
Okay, let me ask you this, my brother. If they double team Jalen Brunson, the 76ers, like they tried to do the first game, some Knicks fans say, oh, Jalen Brunson ain't have a great game, scored 22 points, had 5 turnovers. You know?
What's the guy that was playing defense on Jalen Brunson? Well, everybody know the point guard that was playing defense on Sixers. I give credit where credit is due. That dude is a miraculous defensive player. His hands, his arms. Jalen Brunson his dude has the beautiful crossover dribble. And watch the defense. That guy and Jalen Brunson, now it's going to be different today. One thing is for sure, I have a fear with anything that I come across new. If I walk through a block for the first time, that mess or that oil spill, I'm first coming across. Now, when I come back the other way, I know to walk on that left side or walk on the other side of the street. Now I got a strategy. So this game is going to be a little different.
So in favor of Jalen Brunson or in favor of the Sixers?
In favor of Brunson.
Okay.
Meaning now, I know how hard this guy going to come. So he got to come with a different style. And that's what won us the game. Brunson said, you know what? I can't be the one coming in doing this. I got to hit everybody else. And that's what won us the game. I got to hit him off. I got to give it to Hart. I got to give it to Duke. And they won the game. They won the game. Not Brunson.
The bench.
The bench. Hart won the game with that shot. That when the ball got kicked back out and he hit that shot with his legs open, that sealed the deal. because the Sixers would not give up, man. They fought with us. They would not give up. They would not give up, and I didn't blame them. We was down 7, then we went down 4, then we back up 7, then we went down 3, then we went back up 7. It was crazy, man. That fourth quarter was a ride.
Yeah, it was.
It was a ride, man.
It was, but we got the victory.
Oh yeah, a win is a win.
Now,
But it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't really be that way if we was full roster. With Julius Randle, it would have been a different story. And you think we might have flopped out? We had more option. They had more option for his fourth quarter defense. They might have took Julius Randle out for his offense, but he probably wouldn't have been in that last scenario.
Come on, I'm trying not to do the Julius Randle. No, I'm not saying you can't talk about him.
If he was there in that scenario, it wouldn't have been where they gave him the last shot, because as you see, even when he was there, Brunson had control of who took the last shot. But Julius Randle, before he got injured, Brunson was controlling, and he was taking the last shots. Julius Randle was just Brunson. That's when the post is coming down. Brunson was going up. Brunson burner. Brunson was taking control of the look. Julius was the. If you know, everybody was a little upset with Julius Randle because he was known as the point power forward.
Right, he was trying to do what Anthony Mason was known to do. Play like a point guard as a power forward.
And got ripped all the time.
Okay.
When Brunson came in, they took those duties from him. Brunson controls that team, the rock, the passing, everything. He's the point guard. He's the. I mean, come on. This man could know who's the hit. He know who to hit off. He know who's hot, who's cold, who to hit, who's comfortable enough to take their shot. But Josh Harden don't have no fear. That's the only thing why he makes his shot and he jumps for every ball, because he don't have no fear. He don't have. This dude goes out there and he jumps for
Is he a superstar in your eyes?
He's a role player.
Jalen Brunson's a role player?
Oh no, I thought you said Harden. Excuse me.
No, Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson's a superstar, of course.
Superstar.
Yeah. If in a Knicks world and brought up the team to where they at, you gotta get that man that.
How many superstars you think the Knicks has right now?
Now?
Right now. Is he the only superstar? I mean, we got a bunch of role players.
We have superstars we have a point guard that's a superstar who made his team better, who made players to where, like I said, everybody's a favorite. The kids themselves can pick who they want to say, oh, look, Debo, or this. They got created nicknames. Everybody don't get a nickname. A flop don't get a nickname. They call DiVincenzo the Big Ragu. They got jars of Ragu sauce. They got his picture on it. Flops and role players don't get that. And as New York, like I said, we create superstars. So everybody's a franchise player in itself. We got Brunson, who's a Brunson burner. We got DiVincenzo, Big Ragu. We got what's the name we call Mitchell Robinson.
He's Blockenstein.
No,
Block Party.
23. Savage 23. They be calling him.
You know what we call Jalen Brunson? The Golden Child.
But as far as the MSG world, he's the burner, Brunson burner. As far as that's
call him the Golden Child, baby.
I hear that.
And when he go off and get the victory, we start singing, "It's Christmas time." We like it ain't got to be in the month of December.
I hear MVP.
Huh?
I hear MVP.
Yeah. You gonna get that?
Come on,
you gonna get that?
We just don't get. We the hardest city. New York is the hardest city to be recognized, to be honored for anything. So people are gonna knock us until we actually do it. Like I said, when the Knicks actually do it, yeah, we'll be the Knicks pulled it. You'll hear that. It's gonna be all over. It's gonna be monster out here. Economy-wise, you can find that merchandise almost everywhere.
Well, you know me. I fucks around with the Knicks sneakers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't just talk this shit. Nicovelli walks this bitch.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? I walk it. You know what I'm saying? I walk it.
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but yo, it was definitely nice having you on here, my brother. I tune into your group all the time.
I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure for you to be on Real Talk with Nick.
Thank you.
The Knicks is in the fucking playoffs. We doing it without Randle.
Enjoy the ride.
And like you said, we gotta enjoy the ride, man.
Yeah, that's all.
Yo, sign off one more time. Let them know who you be, man.
JSB Mad Hatter. Look for me on Instagram, Facebook. Follow me. Everything explained itself.
And we out.
Yeah.
Peace.